It's a buddy cop movie where one of the buddies is a mommy. We saw the Sylvester Stallone Estelle Getty classic, Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. So you know what that means.
Now it's time for How Did This Get Made? We're gonna have a good time, celebrate some failure, not just be a hater. Cause you know you wonder, how did this get made? Let's wallow in the mediocrity of subpar art. Perhaps we'll find the answer to the question, how did this get made?
Hello, people of Earth, and welcome to another episode of How Did This Get Made? I am joined, as always, by my two amazing co-hosts, Jason Mantzoukas.
What's happening?
And June Diane Raphael. How are you, June?
Good. How are you, Paul?
Very good. I am Paul Scheer, by the way. I never introduced myself. And we have a very special guest.
There's a lot of people listening today who are like,
don't know.
Finally, I know.
So people did comment on that. They're like, why don't you ever introduce yourself? It's like, you got it. You figured it out. I don't you don't accidentally stumble across a podcast. There's a lot of conscious steps taken.
I know who the other two are, but who's the guy talking?
For that 5 people who wanted to know, now you know. Mystery solved. We have a very special guest today. You might follow her on Twitter. Very funny, Kate Spencer. Welcome, Kate Spencer, to the show. She is, how are you, Kate?
I am great. I'm so glad to be here, you guys.
We're very excited to have you. This is
What's happening, Kate? You just had a baby.
I did. 4 weeks ago, I gave birth, and the first
4 weeks
movie...
ago?
4 weeks ago.
4 weeks ago.
Oh, I didn't know it was that.
It was very
Yeah.
soon. The first movie she saw was Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. She sat on my lap
Yes.
and watched it with me last night.
Yeah,
then
that's
she-
how I want to watch a movie.
She got
Sitting
up
on
and
a
walked
girl's
away.
lap with a mouthful of tit.
Oh,
right, guys?
man. Oh,
What?
Don't make it weird.
Right, guys? What?
Kate is our guest.
See you guys
Respect
later.
her.
That's right.
Respect her.
Just some popcorn and some boob juice.
Boob juice.
Boob juice.
Boob juice.
So I mentioned this in our
A little
mini-
bit of the boob juice.
There's a boob juice. Boob juice. I mentioned this in our mini episode. This is our Roger Ebert tribute episode here because Roger Ebert has called this movie the worst film he ever saw. Ever. And Roger Ebert, you could argue he's seen a lot of movies.
Yeah.
This was the worst.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. I found entertainment in this movie.
I did too.
But mostly from the point of view of like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly it. Like, to me, it's like more like indicative of a weird time and
Yes.
like what was going on. Like, how was this brought to Sylvester Stallone? Like, okay,
Yeah.
it's a cop movie. But your partner is your mom.
Yeah.
Because
I actually think there's a really good movie in there and a really strong idea. It's just completely insane. Like the weirdest thing about this movie to me is the tonal shifts.
Yes.
There are several shots of Estelle Getty that make it seem as though this is a horror film. Does anyone else agree? There were moments, really close-ups, where she was delivering lines very seriously, where it looked like this is a fucking scary movie.
Like Misery type scary movie?
About an obsessive mother. And I feel weird and I feel scared. I'm telling you, I felt scared.
June, this bit of interpretation is really fascinating, and I think might say more about you
No, because then
than
we
about
would
the
jump
movie.
out of it and it was a comedy again. But there were several moments where I was like, "Oh my god, this is spooky."
Would you
she's
argue?
obsessive
Did you
and
scream?
crazy. I didn't scream, but I didn't feel.
Safe?
No, I didn't. Really didn't.
would you argue that maybe Estelle Getty was so good? The close-ups. There's a lot of close-up work
Yeah,
in this
there are.
movie. A lot of tight close-ups. And sometimes you would think they'd be punching in for like joke lines, but sometimes not so much. It's just
See, I guess what I'm saying is when she would shift to her badass
Yes.
cop
Yeah.
mode, I had no history for where that was coming from. She wasn't like, all I got was that she was from Newark, and so I guess knew the streets a little bit. But it was like such a.
she's the Cory Booker of her day.
Right, but it was
Living
such
on
a
this-
drastic shift into like this badass mode that to me read as like that's very scary.
Well, I'll tell you the moment that I felt really uncomfortable with in this movie. There's a moment, and it's a joke moment, but she cleans Sylvester's gun. And then
We're just calling him Sylvester.
oh yeah, Sylvester.
Just
Sylvester.
first- full name, but just the first name.
Exactly.
So
Sylvester.
That's how
not
I'm doing
Sly,
it.
not
Not
today.
Sly.
not
not
Stallone,
today.
Not Sly.
Sylvester.
When he does
I'm glad
comedies,
that's what we've chosen.
when he does comedies, he is Sylvester, the comedian. When he does action movies, he is Stallone.
He's very method like that.
She takes a gun, a loaded gun, and points it in his face.
I know.
Yeah.
I had the same thought.
And it was
But
really
we learn it's not loaded.
Oh.
Because he takes the clip out and it's full of water.
Okay, but still.
And
the
we
part
did
that
see
scared
her.
me-
We did see her take out the bullets when she was in the laundry
The
room.
part
But it
that
was still
scared me
scary. I agree.
was before that when she takes what is definitely a loaded gun and looks down the barrel of it.
That's what I'm saying.
And I
There
was
are
like,
scary moments in
if
this movie.
if this fucking woman shoots herself in the head right now,
At
this
minute
movie
22.
is a classic.
Didn't it feel like weird? I'm going to totally be the downer, but like there was a gun control message to this movie that felt very applicable to 2013.
I
Like
agree.
when she tried to buy the gun and there was a 2-week cooling off period. I was
Richard
like,
Schiff?
Wow.
Yes.
Richard Schiff tells her,
Yes.
I mean, like, I love those moments when somebody like that just is Toby from The West Wing to me. And he's in this for maybe 3 lines.
That's it.
But there
I
was
love
something-
that shit.
Took you out of the reality of the movie.
I was like, hey, it's Richard Schiff, yay! Remember when he was starting out and was
Well, the
taking
crazy
jobs?
thing about the
Well,
gun.
also Ving Rhames.
Oh, yeah.
Also
Yes.
Ving Rhames'
That's
amazing
right.
cameo at the
Yep.
beginning.
Except not a cameo. It must have been just a job he had.
Yeah, exactly. Just
It's really
fun.
weird though that the gun she pretends to shoot him with was his personal gun, I guess. Like because it wasn't a police department,
Wait, which gun?
government issued
The
gun.
gun that she says, "Go ahead, make your bed."
And so that's his
Oh.
personal gun that he's keeping in his laundry hamper.
Yes.
yes.
Do you think? Are we supposed to understand that that's like the safe space for it? That's the
Well, yeah. If
hiding
you don't
spot?
have a gun
Right.
box, a locked gun
No
box, you
lock
put it in
box.
you put
Everybody
it in
keeps it in a hamper.
hamper.
It's soft. It's hidden.
Gotcha.
Yeah. No thief is going to go through your house and look through your hamper.
Well, that-
dirty
So it's
clothes
like
in there, like
shit
dirty
stains.
underwear and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
like shit stains and stuff.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So like the presence of shit stains makes, well, let's be honest, makes the hamper the perfect hiding place for almost anything.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
your money,
Putting
Yep.
your
everything
jewels,
in
your
there.
Yep.
gold bars.
Yep,
Yeah,
doubloons.
Yeah,
Treasure, basically.
Right.
Krugerrands.
Gotcha.
The bearer bonds.
I will say though, you're right. The gun message of this movie is crazy because she can't buy a gun.
No.
And then she goes out and buys a gun illegally, and then there's a massacre from the guys who are selling guns. It's a really if you were to take away the big jokes, it is very dark about gun
Very-
control.
And a comical almost suicide at the beginning.
Oh, you're
With
right.
a goofy
this-
guy who's like
There's a
threatening
lot of
to jump.
suicide stuff in this
So
movie.
much.
What's
It-
interesting is that like I feel like this movie has the Beverly Hills Cop was written for Sylvester.
Yes.
Beverly Hills Cop
Sylvester.
was written for Sylvester, and he turned it down, and Eddie Murphy made it.
Right.
And it became a huge hit. I think this movie was Sylvester's attempt to be like, oh shit,
I
I
gotta
blew
get
it
in on
with that
that.
movie.
Right.
That's
And so,
interesting.
and because I felt like there were elements of this that were similar to, because Beverly Hills Cop has tons of murders, tons of,
Yeah.
like the stakes of it are really high. I feel like they were trying to inject that into this, but it doesn't work here
Well,
at
I mean,
all.
yeah, because
Yeah.
the action scenes are really big action
Yes.
scenes. Like he literally at the end of the movie is chasing an airplane with like a Mack truck.
Yeah.
And it's like
And
that's
ramming it, like ramming an airplane.
Yeah, and you would see that in a Sylvester Stallone movie, but then it's all of a sudden like his mom's running around with her big purse and her little dog.
Oh my
So
God.
it's intermixed with very like tonally this movie didn't know
All of it.
where it was.
So confused.
I will point out one thing. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
Estelle Getty did not want to use a gun. She said when Estelle Getty found out that the filming of the movie would involve guns, she said she would only do the movie if there were no guns in it. The producers lied to her and told her that there would be no guns in the movie to get her to sign on. And then when the movie came on, they gave her guns. But I don't understand that because the movie is called.
Right.
Stop or my mom
So
will shoot.
when did she find out that there were guns in it?
I have no idea. This could. I hope
Not
this-
only that, but like
It's
the
the central-
titular line is in the movie.
Yes.
He says out loud, "Stop or my mom will shoot."
maybe Estelle Getty. I don't know. That was a bold power play. Like I'll do this movie as
anyone-
long as you take away the central conceit.
I just found her character to be like completely like there's another version of this movie where we would understand, and I guess we were to understand that she really needed his love because she was alone and she didn't have a husband and
But you
the
don't even-
father
yeah.
died. But to me she seemed so unlovable.
Yeah. Well, she's unreasonable.
didn't love her.
She's a terrible listener. She will not listen to anything anyone says.
Right, but I can't
I
believe
mean,
I'm
the
going to
more I
reference
think
this
about
movie,
this-
but Jack and Jill
Oh,
does a really good job of making Jill.
June?
No, I like
June,
that
can I
movie.
talk to you for a second? Can I talk to you for a second
Jill,
over here?
yeah, sure.
June, what are you doing right now?
This
Don't
is.
do this.
I'm
Just
so
hear me out for
excited.
2 seconds.
I'm
Just
so
hear me out for
excited
2
to get
seconds.
June's thesis on Jack and Jill on the podcast.
Well,
Many people have asked about. Here
I
you go.
love Jack and Jill.
Of course you do.
And Jill is played so lovably, and we understand why. Yes, she's crazy. Yes, she's way too needy, but I love her, and I think Jack should give her a shot. Whereas in this movie, when he says to his mom at the end, I want you to stay.
Yeah.
In my mind, I'm thinking, no, she's been here way too long. Like, let her go. I have I guess what I'm asking is, did you want to see the two of them together?
Did
As
we
a
want him
happy
to end
mother-
up with his mom?
I want
At the end of this
There was a
Yes.
moment where I wanted them to have sex. There was a moment where I was like, the only way to cut this tension is a pretty. What is up with the scene where he like sticks his butt out in the air?
Oh,
Can
my
we talk
God.
about that? Can we talk
favorite
about
scene.
that?
Yes, where he
I
wears.
can't believe I just got myself there by imagining them having sex.
It would be a good
because
sex scene.
you want to see him have sex with a white T-shirt and black tighty
Yeah,
whities.
in child's pose. Like, I was like, what is he doing right
It
now?
was like a presentation.
He was like,
of
he was
ass.
presenting. He was really presenting.
Yes, no,
his
it
ass.
were a gif.
Yeah.
He also
Yeah.
presents his ass in the shower scene too.
Yes.
And he's like, "Mom, get out of here." And she's like, "Oh, I haven't seen anything that you don't have." And it's
But
like,
she has some line where she's like, I may be your mother, and I think it's in a shower scene, but I'm still a woman.
No.
Oh, that's when she's talking to Gwen.
Yeah, she's talking to Gwen, and
About
she
his
says
dick.
The size of
about
his
his
penis.
dick.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
she appreciates his cock size.
Yeah.
Because she's still a woman, even though.
And she,
That's
but wait, the way it
crazy.
comes up is she's showing Gwen, Jo Beth Williams, JBW.
JBW.
She's showing JBW pictures of him as a baby.
She does
And she
to
says,
everyone.
look at him in this one. He's playing in the sandbox or whatever. And all the muscles, even though he's 9 years old, all the muscles, and you can tell he's gonna have a big unit.
yeah,
It's like, right? Isn't that what she
that's
says?
roughly that.
I'm pretty sure she
When
says a big unit.
But when she says I can appreciate that as a woman,
Yeah.
I was kind of like, right on.
You were?
Oh, I
think
didn't like
she's-
that. I didn't
No,
like
I
the
think
dick.
she's saying, I don't think she means her son's dick, but she's just like, hey, listen.
What else
we
should
all,
she mean?
We all
No,
love
what-
big
I
dicks.
understand. You're right. What
We
she
all
means
love
is
big
like,
dicks.
I'm happy for you, Joe.
Yeah,
You're getting
JBW.
loud.
You're getting,
I'm
yeah.
happy for you.
Loud by
I guess that's
Sylvester.
really the problem I have with the movie is I felt like it's incredibly misogynistic.
Well,
Like,
Wait,
first
but
of all, the fact
the
that
woman
he's,
was a boss.
And yet she never.
she's
does
so
anything
obsessed
in the
with
movie.
him. Yeah, and she's such a terrible lieutenant. I mean, she's horrible at her job.
And she wears awful shirts.
But that's probably because
well-
she's a woman and she was promoted above the men in an effort to for equal rights for women.
No, you're absolutely
So she was
right.
promoted even though she didn't deserve it because women can't do police work. We all understand
We
that.
all
There's something
know
worse.
that.
Here's what's fucked up about it is that she really she comes across as also wanting to mother him, but he's in a sexual relationship with her, but she has these moments where she's like, your toothbrush with the frogs on
What
it was
was
left
that
on my
about?
part." See, that's what
Yeah.
I think that was about.
What was that
he felt
about?
that this mothering energy that was smothering
but
him
that was his
coming
nightmare.
from
Remember his
every-
nightmare?
Oh, and the
His-
diaper.
His nightmare was his diaper, and the mother's like, "Let me change you." You cut over to JBW, and she goes, "Let me change you."
Yeah.
So he saw JBW as a mother figure, and also
Which was really
changing
fucked up.
him as a person.
Yeah, exactly.
He did
That's-
not.
Yeah,
he didn't. I
Double
mean,
meaning there.
He
on
did.
the word
I mean,
change.
that's the kind of levels that you're getting on this movie.
That's right.
There is, if you're wondering if there's a scene in which Sylvester is in a diaper and needs a change in,
Yeah.
there is.
And that's very much in the vein of Beverly Hills Cop. So the the thing I want to talk about too is the emotional scene between JBW and Estelle Getty, where Estelle Getty kind of reveals the backstory why Sylvester is the way he is, and that's because his father died, and Estelle Getty had a bad couple of days. It was so small. It was like, for a couple of days, I couldn't do anything.
It's like, yeah, of course, of
Yeah.
course not.
Yes, acceptable.
Yeah, your husband
Yeah.
just passed away. You would have a couple of days.
You've
is-
got a long road of grief ahead of you, actually.
She was like, she was almost
hard
like,
time.
for a long weekend, I was a little messed up, and he
Yeah.
really stepped in.
Yeah.
And then this became this like really emotional scene, which felt incredibly out of place for this movie.
100%.
Well, but then it was turned on its head because there was a joke at the very end where he came in and they were both crying hysterically. And that was like played as a joke.
Yeah.
Okay, but wait. Okay, so this scene is something that I was so mystified by because she sets up she puts into play this idea that his biggest problem is that he's never cried over the death of his father. She says he never cried, and you know what? He's never cried since that day, and I think that's why he's afraid to let people in. And I was like, oh, so at the end of the movie, he's going to cry, and he and Joe Beth Williams will be able to be together. Nope. Never cries.
No, and instead he just recites to JBW what his mom said.
Yes,
like
yes.
he never actually makes a transition into a man who wants to be with. He just
He
kind of
he
gives
does
up.
not have free will.
But by the way,
That's
his
what
mom.
I'm saying. What is the lesson in this movie? Truly, what are we to take away from it?
I mean, clearly, 3 men wrote it, right? So
Yes.
Blake Snyder and 2 other men.
Well, we got to talk about this Blake
Yes.
Snyder thing. We'll continue with this talk because I want to.
There's like layers of mommy issues in this movie, right? Like it's such a reflection of the guys who wrote it being so screwed up with their mothers.
well, and also I have to say, like, it also reeks to me of that late 80s, early 90s fear of women bosses where
Yeah.
it's like,
Yes.
well, I guess I better fuck them because I'm not going to take an order from, like, it's just so,
Yeah.
there's so much fear in this movie of women and what they're going to
Well,
do.
there was also a weird moment in the beginning, which I think I have a clip of, but I think it'd be better even to describe it. When the mom is showing the stewardesses like pictures of him as a baby.
Oh my God.
One of the women. Should I play it? I have it.
Do you have it?
Yeah, I do have it.
Please
All right.
play this.
All right, here we go.
Given up shaving.
No, I shave.
Hi, Kitty.
So this is little Joey, huh? Looks a lot different in clothes. We've got to be getting along now, too. But thanks a lot for showing us the photos. You know, you looked real sexy in those diapers. Breakfast!
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Let's pause right there. You looked real sexy in those diapers.
All objectified him on their way off the plane.
Yeah.
Like they got done working, a man they had never met before, and then they basically...
Who they saw baby pictures of and are now
did they
apparently
recognize
just
him?
wet
Right.
for him.
But also, how did they recognize him off his baby pics?
Because his
He's
dick
talking to
is
Tootie.
so-
Oh, right, is that-
He's talking to Estelle Getty. Estelle Getty
No,
is...
I'm telling you, before Estelle Getty comes out,
Right, no,
there are
yeah,
a bunch
yeah.
of
You're right,
stewardesses
you're
who
right.
notice
Oh,
him
yes.
and give him like.
All right, because what
second thought.
did the first guy say to him when we got off the plane? He's like, I
was a bedwetter too.
Yeah, I was a bedwetter
How do
too.
they know him?
I would argue Estelle Getty has pictures all throughout his
Yeah,
life.
that's what I would guess
Yeah.
too.
All
She
right.
probably has adult pictures of him as well.
But that was a creepy ass line.
Oh,
like,
you look real sexy. And she comes in close and says it to him like real fucking pervy.
and by the way, if you
Which I
didn't,
dug. I was into it.
and we haven't really talked about it, but if you just think back to that music, we can actually play a clip of it. This is the music that underscores every
That music
scene.
and what we
much.
just heard was
Yes.
so crazy.
Here's just a little taste more, just so you can really hear it without dialogue. So picture this for 87 minutes. It's
never
People
stopped.
being murdered.
Yeah, people are being
To
murdered.
this
Yeah.
music. Or to a faster version of this music.
It's like a bad Disneyland jazz band throughout the entire movie. It's like wah, wah, wah.
It's like it's the soundtrack to like a lesser Woody Allen movie. You know, like I kind of am like, oh, am I watching?
So true.
Am I watching? What's it called? The terrible. I don't know why I can only think
Manhattan
of,
Murder Mystery?
Oh my God, that's one. No, I was gonna say the Helen Hunt one.
Oh, as good as it gets?
No,
Curse of the Jade Scorpion.
thank you.
wow.
Curse of the Jade
Wow, that was a
Scorpion.
real
Pulled it
deep
out.
one.
Well done.
B-side.
That is a terrible Woody Allen movie.
Yeah, it's his worst. I would say. It's
I would
his
argue
worst.
it's his worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the one with the guy from Deadwood and where it's about magic? Right? Is that the terrible one too?
Oh, and Hugh Jackman.
Is that Well, the one where he's going
Scarlett
blind.
Johansson and Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, that one. That one's pretty bad, and the one where
What's
he's
that
going
one called? Like
blind
Mischief
too.
or something?
Well, I have not seen you guys.
Oh, that's a
This is like
terrible
there
one.
was
It's
a,
all
there was like
Watch
a there was like a
Manhattan.
period of 3 years where Woody Allen just put out like. It was like, oh, I can top that being worse. Here's
Yeah.
one where I'm a director that goes blind, and he's like bumping into walls, and then all of a sudden he got back on
Going
track
blind,
again.
though, is a motif. I mean, in Crimes and Misdemeanors.
Sure, it was not pulled off though well.
Yeah,
and the
but-
and
Guys, I love that we just turned this into an episode of How Did This Get Made about Woody Allen.
Yeah.
How did this get made? How did to discriminate.
That would be pretty funny.
I hear what you were saying though about wanting. So one would think that there would be a moment where he starts crying. I do think that
there has to be. That's what it was set up for.
Yes, I think what they were going for, and I don't know if this is because Sylvester wasn't able to muster up the tears.
I think Sylvester Stallone, sorry to interrupt you, does not want to cry on film.
Okay.
Has he ever, though?
Because I was going to
Doesn't
say,
he
I think it could
Copland.
have been written in the moment where he's staring at the photograph. Which, by the way, at one point in the movie, he simply pulls out a photograph of Jo Beth Williams and stares
starts
at it
talking
and
to it.
talks
in the
to it.
frame that
He
he kept
talks
at
to
his
himself.
desk?
Yes.
He talks to himself all the time in this movie.
Well, but he has a frame of Jo Beth Williams in his office where her office is only feet away.
Yeah.
He goes to the office to talk to this picture. She's still at work, and he is basically
You're
getting
absolutely right, because even when they were together, if he wanted to think of her or whatever,
Yeah.
he could just simply look up because she's...
And also, she's his boss. You can't have
it's
a
really-
framed picture of her on your
It's
desk.
really fucked
And
up.
when-
When was
1992,
that?
though.
When was that picture ever on his desk?
When they were together. For
Really?
weeks.
They were.
Really
Did they really
together?
break up? I don't even think
I don't
they
know.
broke-
I have to say that's the big flaw in the movie too, is that they have no chemistry.
None.
Like every time they're on screen together, it's like these people hate each other.
Can we talk about her and leading ladies of the 90s movies?
Oh
Sure.
my God!
I
yeah.
want to. Let's fucking get into it. Bonnie Bedelia, go. Ann Archer, go.
Ann
Let's
Archer's amazing.
break it to
My
Elizabeth
favorite.
Perkins.
Who was the woman?
Go.
Gina Davis.
Yes,
Gina
which is
Davis.
who I thought that was for a hot minute
Because of
when
the
she
red
walked.
hair.
Yeah, that big boofy hair. She could not be any less attractive. Is this a horror?
No,
adding to the misogyny of the movie is my take that she looks like she's a 70-year-old woman.
Yeah, she is not dressed. They don't play up
it's
her
their
sexuality
fault.
at all.
Right, it's not Joe. It's
I
not
will-
JP.
Which is good because she's in the workplace, guys, and girls don't have to sex it up just to
You're
be
right.
the lieutenant of
Amen.
a police
Amen.
department. Okay,
I will
guys?
say there was one scene, and you'd have to go and watch it, but it's a scene where he is getting drunk and talking to her picture, where I felt like they were running late in their day. They're like, "Oh shit, we're gonna go over our 12 hours. Get Jo Beth out of the trailer." Well, she has no makeup on. I don't care. Shoot her side
Well,
of the
here's
scene.
the thing.
She looks good throughout, but then there's this one scene where she is makeupless. Like I swear to God, it was only on her close-up. It was like, we gotta go. We gotta go.
No,
No
because
touch-ups.
what they were establishing is that she's in jeans. It's after hours.
Yeah.
Like, this is the dress
This
down
is her,
version of
like,
her.
exactly.
I agree with you, but I think the weird thing about the way her character comes off is it doesn't feel like, and this has nothing to do with her being a lieutenant.
Wait,
It
after
doesn't
hours, she
feel-
hangs out at the job?
Yeah, she changes.
She said she
into
came
her-
in just to get some stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it does feel like she's a divorced woman with 2 kids.
Wait, does that sound-
Really?
They're
Oh, I
married.
love
No,
I didn't get
no,
the
what
story.
I'm saying is that's what it
Oh my God,
felt
dude.
like to me. Not
Will you
that
write a
she-
movie that is the Rosencrantz and Guildenstern of this movie, where it's an entire movie that
About Lieutenant Gwen Harper.
about Lieutenant Gwen Harper, her divorce, her 2 kids, and it
that's what it
ends
felt
with
like
her
she-
meeting Sylvester Stallone for the first time.
It didn't feel to me like she was looking for a husband. The energy that was coming off of her was like,
Desperate craziness.
I've lived. I'm looking for something to work here.
And also, when they're talking about their trip to Catalina and
Yes.
all the sexy things he did, none of those sexy things happened, right? Like, they
No.
went to
No,
Catalina
yes.
and just laid in a bed together.
He
never
just
had
like
sex.
They actually
he
laid
just-
in 2 separate beds
Twin
across
beds.
it.
and he presented his ass to her. I would
did
believe
child's
it.
pose.
That was-
I would believe if she fucked him for the weekend in Catalina.
Strapped it on.
Strapped it on and
he
gave it.
got into that position
Yep.
he loved.
She like
Kept
pulled
that
those
t-shirt
down, and she just went to town on
This
him.
shot was crazy. I'm thinking about it again.
No,
It was
that
so
shot
weird.
is mental. It is so crazy. He puts his ass in the air like he's presenting it
Like
for
a
somebody,
bonobo gorilla.
for
He is
somebody to
giving
eat
his ass
out.
to her.
It is the
Someone to eat out?
yeah.
Oh, okay. If you put it that way, yes, exactly. Like a snack.
It's like he's like wagging it around, being like, "Hey,
It's so
anybody
weird.
want to see what's up over here?"
And then, but
Weird.
then he snuggled. Did you notice also how he snuggled into the bed, kind
Oh,
of in the
yes.
fetal position, like in a
That's- yeah.
very
He is a very
passive way?
He's a very sad character, by the way. A very
a
sad.
deer head.
Oh my god!
In his apartment.
Okay, I really want to talk about the
By the way,
art,
Jo
art
Beth
direction
Williams.
of this.
Oh,
Yeah,
are we talking about the
really-
the gumball machine?
Gumball machine. I want to talk
rubber
about the
duck?
jack-o'-lantern.
Jack-o'-lantern.
Yep. I think the
randomly on the
jack-o'-lantern
counter.
was a cookie jar. I'm almost
Okay,
positive
because-
the jack-o'-lantern was a cookie jar.
So it wasn't Halloween. After I saw it, I was like, oh, I guess it's Halloween and this is going to somehow tie in.
No,
I don't know
no.
how, but like.
I love that you're looking for clues, though. Wait, Kate Spencer, did you just do a spit take?
Okay, then there's another shot. Another prop I really want to talk about is when he's lying in bed. I saw it in the ass shot. There's a little lamp that's hanging over his bed that
Yes.
has
A
red
two.
lamp?
Yes,
Red
that has
lamp.
two socks
Yeah.
hanging off of it.
He's a
And I
dude.
didn't know, but-
he's a dude.
Oh my God.
But why put your socks up there?
Oh my God.
Because he's a dude. He gets just getting home. He's putting his socks
Single
on the lamp,
man.
drying them out.
But just
Oh my God, it's the
He's gonna wear those socks
craziest.
tomorrow. Yeah, I have to wear socks just for one
in a
day.
line, in a line, when you're introduced to his apartment, on the table behind him is a bathtub rubber ducky. Literally, these are decorations. A bathtub rubber ducky.
Why?
A
By the
gumball
way,
machine.
This is in the kitchen. This is in the kitchen. This is like a countertop.
He's a child.
gumball machine and a jack-o'-lantern cookie jar.
A
Which-
giant glass jack-o'-lantern.
He
Which-
shares the frame with all of those items.
By the way, is not indicative of anything of his character.
Not at all.
Like his character is not like
Not
a
at
fun-loving
all.
guy. Like
If
Doesn't eat a cookie once
If
in the
I
movie.
saw those three things, I would be like, a child molester lives here. Like, not all of these things are for children.
wait a second, maybe that's what he does.
Maybe I could argue. Okay, I'm now going to argue why it's happening. That he is that they say, and this also explains some of his behavior, is that he is like still a child.
Well,
is
I
that
think
he's
that's what they were
stunted,
going for.
stunted it, blah blah blah, because of his mom, blah blah blah. So they were like, so that means like, let's put kid-like stuff around the apartment. Oh, you know what I mean? Like, let's
explains
decorate.
the deer head
But
on the
that's not-
wall
I don't
because he's
know.
not a hunter.
Yeah.
It's never acknowledged.
Well, by the way, I don't even understand what kind of cop he is, because in the beginning you would assume he was a good cop. He did this. He busted, like he beat down Ving Rhames. He
Got
bested
all
these
those
guys.
Panasonics.
He got all. He saved all the
so many
Panasonic
Panasonics.
TVs. But then, like one detective comes and is like, "Hey, Detective Alka-Seltzer."
What was that about?
I have no idea what that means. And then they're like, and then he's just kind of saying like, "Yeah, you're a bad cop." I'm like, is he? We've only seen him
Excel at police.
Yeah, because they established too that he's just a sergeant, and his mom is like, "You're never going to move up," and that sergeant's not a high position. But then he's the one who goes in and rescues the suicide jumper.
Yeah.
Oh, he.
I think here's what I think. I think the other people in the force in that precinct are very upset that he's having an affair with the boss. And that's why I think that guy's upset. Because if you look, all of their scenes, Sylvester and JBW's scenes in the office, behind them through those blinds,
Right.
Yeah.
people are watching and looking and
Oh my God,
reacting.
guys, we have not talked about the extras in this movie.
They're amazing.
The extras in this movie are nonstop amazing. The people that fill out the rest of the police station are hilarious. At a certain point,
guys-
when Sylvester and Estelle Getty get into a fight on the street, Sylvester's on the street, the mom is in the doorway of his house, it's nighttime. Upwards of 20 bystanders just appear to watch them fight.
That's right.
People are hanging out of windows. People are like, and it is, all of them are so animated and are overacting so much. Like
they
one of them is like,
chime
she's
in.
right. Like it is crazy.
That's a running theme of the movie, is that anytime like the outside public hears that Sylvester has problems with his mom, they all feel collectively
Oh, well,
that he's in the wrong and she's in the right.
The best version of that is when he's trying to save his mom from going to the airport. They frame a shot where his mom is like on the back of a golf cart driving through an airport lounge, and he's having this dramatic scene with his mom, and the guy driving the golf cart is like, yeah, yeah, like he's so center frame.
Yeah.
It's awkward, but he's got to react. Like you could clearly tell, like, yeah, just pick a side. He's like, but she's like, you don't like me. He's like, yeah. Like it's a funny scene you should watch. I can't describe it more
The
than
more I
it's
think
such an
about it-
awkward extra replacement. They should have just moved it off the golf cart for a second.
Yeah, or just had that guy get off and like move luggage or
Exactly,
something
right.
yeah.
so that he's out of the shot.
Don't
the
frame
dog.
it as a 3-shot
Yeah.
when one of the people is a non-established extra.
Can I this has been bothering me for 24 hours. The criminal who has a cold, and that the cold is a running theme throughout the whole
Yeah.
movie.
Or it's
so he can
allergies.
just have the sneeze that then shows them
yeah.
that he's there in the locked
It's a long
closet.
way to go for that
It was
sneeze.
And by the way,
real
that
It's a long way to
sneeze,
go.
that sneeze is worthless. Like
Doesn't
they are
get us
on the
anywhere.
trail anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
the sneeze doesn't prove anything. The sneeze is.
Although there was an amazing moment where the boss man said, when his two henchmen,
Worst villain
one
of all
who has a cold, when Estelle Getty and Sylvester are about to show up, he needs them to hide somewhere, and he says, "Go into the side office."
Everyone has one.
Of course.
What's a side office?
What was his deal?
That villain was so bad. I feel
worst.
like the sneeze brings us back to an idea that we have to definitely talk about, which is one of the writers of this movie
can't.
is Blake Snyder. Now, Blake Snyder has made R.I.P. God rest his soul. Has made his career.
He's dead. He's dead.
Yeah,
He's
he
dead.
died a few years ago.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Writing a book called Save the Cat. Save the Cat has become the new kind of go-to how you write a movie book.
Yeah.
And I would say, first of all, I was looking for a Save the Cat moment. We were talking about this before we
Yes,
started.
which is a save the cat moment is a moment normally at the beginning of the movie which endears you to the
that's
Yes.
what I'm saying. There's no lovability in either of them, I don't think.
I think it was that. I think it didn't come until you find out he planned his father's funeral when he was 13 years old.
Yeah.
That was the only moment where I was like, oh, he's okay.
Well, in my mind, I thought the Save the Cat moment was when he shot at that sign and it fell down on the cook's. I was like, oh, okay, yeah.
Like an A-Team episode?
Yeah.
Do you realize there are
took a-
two occasions in this movie where he shoots a chain?
Yes.
He shoots
Really?
a chain and it breaks that sign and then the wrecking ball.
yeah.
Like, that's how
yeah.
good he is. He can shoot a chain and it will break.
But you see, to me, this is the sweaty stuff of Save the Cat. The sneeze thing goes back to, we'll establish a game, and that game will undo the final thing. And also, the first and the last shot, in the first scene of the movie, Sylvester Stallone, shoots a sign down and then literally pulls the gun up to his mouth and blows it like you would do as a kid playing, guns, and, whatever, he says a line. And at the end of the movie, Estelle Getty shoots somebody, blows the smoke.
I guess
Shoots him in the shoulder. She's
Yes.
a shitty shot. That's what infuriated me. She didn't even kill the bad guy.
No,
See, to me, the problem with the movie also is that one would think that it would be her. What irritates him about her, should somehow help him in the end get the bad guy, or the kooky ways in which she is and her personality should ultimately come back and help save the day. What happens in the movie is just she knocks people over the head with pans and then shoots them. There's no skill that's used in an interesting way.
I would like this movie where Sylvester Stallone's mom is coming in, but also the bad guy's mom is also coming in, and they have dueling
By the way-
That
moms.
would actually be great.
Great
That would be great.
movie. I would have liked it only if Jackie Stallone had played Sylvester, if his real mother had played. Have you ever heard her on
Oh my
She would
God.
come. She
She's
used to come on Howard
amazing.
Stern. She's like a stone cold lunatic.
The movie is a bummer, though, because you sort of have this feeling at the end where even if he does get rid of her, he's saddled with this other mother figure.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
just such a depressed life view about women and their role in a man's life. It was just it was such a bummer.
And he didn't want to be with her anyway.
No, there was no she didn't
that's the moment
represent
we
anything
never
that was.
saw, except
Yeah.
for him staring at a picture frame.
Well, he
that
genuinely-
that he liked her at all.
There is something really kind of crazy
Socially
about
wrong.
his.
Because he did eat all that breakfast too. What human way they go when his partner
Cocoa
also
Puffs.
the worst partner of all time because he's
Glass
also
butt?
another glass butt.
Tony.
But sometimes they say he was shot in the
Glass
bus.
butt.
He was shot. They're like, oh, your partner got shot, but no, it was
No, he
very
wasn't.
clear
Yep.
that he had glass in his ass.
He thought he was
so
shot.
inconsistent.
Yeah.
He thought he was
Figure that
shot,
out.
and then Sylvester pulled a shard of glass out of his ass.
He was a terrible cop. No wonder his mom was a better partner.
I fully believe everybody was a terrible cop. Every single crime scene Sylvester arrived on, he inexplicably immediately became the lead detective on the scene.
and walks through without any hesitation. And he's always in civilian clothes, so there's nothing to determine that he is a
And there
cop.
was they came across a guy who was going to jump out of a building, a bank robbery in process. Oh no, that was the dream sequence.
Dream sequence.
The woman who had been kidnapped in the house with a weed poster.
Oh right. Oh my god. You know those people are bad because they framed a poster of weed.
And he had a weed. That guy, the fat criminal, had a weed pin on his vest.
Oh my god!
So that's how you established that was his house.
By the way,
the other crazy moment, and one of the more upsetting scenes to me, was when Sylvester and the criminal are sitting down at a table drinking chocolate milk that Estelle Getty has served to them. And she walks out, and then they both look at each other, and they're talking for a while, and they have chocolate milk all over their mouths.
Again, a classic Beverly Hills Cop move.
Yep.
They have a
Very
moment.
Do you
lethal
think that
weapon.
maybe they were like eating each other's asses out?
He is
Do you think that's-
Sylvester presented his
Do you
ass
think
again.
that's the subtext of that scene?
I mean, I would hope if Blake Snyder wrote it, I would hope that is what
this
we were
is
going
what's
for.
like really just. I know I keep on saying the movie's misogynistic, which it is, but it also to me is like a very sad portrayal of men because the takeaway is like, oh, men are also very young boys.
Yeah, all
And
men are boys.
All men need to be
all women
mothered.
are mommies.
And all women are nags.
It was like,
Come and
such
change
a
my
bummer.
dye.
Also, they never address the fact that Estelle Getty is a terrible person because she withholds evidence in a murder
Yeah.
case.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So she does not want to help solve a crime, just wants to help her. Like that's sociopathic.
Yeah.
Isn't
No,
it?
she.
Yes.
I
She
now
wants to help her
believe
son.
that you are right, June, and that this is a misery style
It is.
sociopath movie.
Yeah, you
No.
feel like this. You feel what she needs out of him. Again, much like. Not like Jack and Jill, where you actually do feel for
All right,
Jill.
Jack and
Oh,
Jill.
boy, here we go.
I actually want to. We should
Can
do an
we do
episode
that
where
show? I
love
where you
Jack
talk.
and
Yeah. Let's actually just play one of the scenes where Sylvester is very upset with his mom, and he tells to Jo Beth Williams. This is with Sylvester and his girlfriend, just to hear like where he's frustrated because I think this is a good little scene here.
Gwen, she's supposed to go back Monday.
That was before she witnessed a drive-by killing.
Well, can we fly her back?
Now you're being ridiculous.
Oh, come on. Gwen, if she stays past Monday, I swear to God I'm killing myself.
What is wrong with you, Joe? Tootie seems like a wonderful person. Warm, caring, obviously crazy.
Yeah,
about you.
crazy is right. She acts like I'm in second grade, babe. She talks to total strangers about my diaper rash. She just humiliates me.
I'd say she loves you, Joe.
Well, her love is driving me nuts.
Well, either way, she's staying.
There we go. Again, the most shoehorn plot
I
device.
realized, too,
She's
there's
got to
another-
stay with you because she's a.
And there's another suicide reference. That's 3. And this light this is a dark movie.
I know
I would
it's
like
Sylvester.
to put it out to our audience to cut a trailer for this movie that makes it
Oh.
seem like a horror movie.
That would be
love-
amazing.
You could easily do it.
Yeah,
You-
Easy. There's so many shots of her that are spooky.
And if you change the music from like clown car music
Yep.
to actual scary music,
Oh my gosh.
he talks like he has a muffin in his mouth
all the time.
all the time. And I know that's his thing, but it's in that
In
scene
the-
he's
yeah.
holding a dog, and I couldn't understand anything he was saying.
It is. He is talking. He also is talking at times so slowly in scenes. It's as if he's never spoken the words before.
And you know what? When we were talking about the props, I actually thought to myself, I think the eye had to go to the props and to the surrounding
Yes.
because the scene was so long and he was
Yes.
talking so
and nothing,
slowly.
When he is. It is like when he's opening his mouth to talk, it is like a black hole opens, and I don't care what any of it's, and nothing happens.
But for someone who can't talk, he has a lot of monologues in
Oh,
this movie.
I mean, but for someone who can't talk, you shouldn't be doing a comedy because that would be where
Period.
the majority of the movie would be.
How about the "I'll be back"
Dialogue.
joke?
Oh,
There were
yeah.
a
How
few
weird
pop
was
culture
that?
references in this
Yeah.
movie that were so
But like
out of place.
Estelle Getty says, "I'll be back," and he's like, "Why'd you say that?" And I'm like, "What is this like is this like him taunting Arnold from within
Oh,
his
of
own
course,
movie?"
yes.
because at the time they were like the two big dogs.
Yeah.
You know.
And this came out the year that Terminator 2 came out.
Oh, really?
This is why I watched this movie and it was I can't like 1992 was not a terrible year. Like this movie
No.
felt more. If I watched it in 92, it would have felt 20 years old.
Well, that's
You know
what I feel
mean?
like. I feel like
That's
it
what
feels
I-
like
that's what I
it
think,
feels like if
but-
you said this was like, yeah, it felt like it should have been an early '80s movie or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
But this
but
is
the
also
title
the time.
and everything is very like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
You
Like,
know,
it's
we.
very-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
it just felt like that. Like here's a really, the fact that the title's called "Don't Stop or My Mom Will Shoot." Like
Oh
that
no!
felt
Stop or my mom will shoot.
Or Stop or My Mom Will
But don't
Shoot.
forget, don't throw mama from the train.
Yes, that's where I get.
But
those.
you see,
Right,
But
right,
no,
right.
but here's the other
Yeah.
one. And I just
Or
checked
throw
it.
mama from the train.
Do you remember this
Throw
movie?
Mama from the
Don't.
Train.
There is
Cop
this
and a
movie.
Half, which was Cop and a Half was Burt Reynolds
And the-
paired up with a very young, tiny kid. So his partner was a little kid, and that was like his partner.
Well, this
And
is
also
like
Turner and Hooch, right?
Yep.
Which is a cop
Oh,
and a
yes,
dog.
Turner and Hooch,
And that was-
K9.
Yeah.
Like there is when I finished the movie on Netflix, all of the recommended movies because I'd just watched it was like a cavalcade of disastrous movies
Yeah.
from this exact same
where people
era.
are like, buddy cop movies are popular. Let's subvert it in some way. Let's take a quick break, and we will come right back.
How to discriminate. How to discriminate.
I do want to talk about one thing here about his clothes. Clearly, I think Sylvester Stallone, while shooting the movie, had like a chain. Like, first of all, his pants are always up, way too high.
He's wearing high-waisted jeans, basically.
Yes.
Which I guess that's just what jeans were then.
I think so.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All jeans were like that.
But the shirts, like there was a shirt problem throughout the whole movie, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes, that because I felt like in the middle of the movie he changed to Hawaiian shirts for. I mean, he had
Not
always,
really Hawaiian shirts, just like very patterny shirts.
If like Bill Cosby had like shirts instead of sweaters, this would be what he
It
would
was
wear.
like the costume designer from The Cosby Show was on hiatus from The Cosby Show and came over and did this movie.
I'll do this.
I
Yeah.
actually felt like there was a vision for his character in terms of the way he looked that was more boyish and more in line with the ducks and the jack-o'-lantern and stuff. And I was feeling like he refused to wear that stuff. And so he wore these kind of tight T-shirts and jeans.
Corduroy jackets.
Yeah, like it felt like, well, this tells me nothing about your character. Like, I'd have no idea what I'm watching here.
But I will say, JB Dubs was impeccably dressed in some power suits.
Oh, she was rocking it out.
She
Hillary
really
Clinton.
set that up.
God.
What about the final line of the movie? Estelle Getty, notices somebody she saw in America's Most Wanted
Oh my God.
on the screen. Sylvester Stallone chases it down again, becomes the lead cop because another cop just hands him his handcuffs. And
Why is that guy at the airport with a gun?
Yeah, no reason.
No reason.
What? I mean,
just to shoot at things.
What the? She
And he
coincidentally.
had killed his mom. He had killed his mother.
Wait, yeah. Like he says, she goes, I remember what he did. He killed his mother. Slow close up onto Sylvester Stallone. Weird smile and freeze. That's the end of the movie.
End.
Freeze frame.
Well, I thought what happened, maybe I'm
killed
wrong,
his
is
mother.
that he sort of shared a look with the guy.
Right.
Of like, I get it.
Yeah.
And then freeze frame.
I thought he didn't share a look with the guy. I thought he was looking at his mom like, can you blame him?
That's what I thought. That's exactly what I thought.
Jesus.
Because I'd like to put a bullet in you. Is basically the subtext of that. She, in the 3 weeks that she is in Los Angeles, witnesses a drive-by murder. She happens upon so much chaos and craziness that it unfazed.
Although
She's
I will
unfazed.
say,
Someone is shot to death in front of her, and she's just kind of like,
She walks
"Ooh."
away.
Yeah.
But I have to say, this was, watching the movie, I'm like, wow, this was my image of LA at that time. Like with drive-bys and stuff. Like I was like, oh, I guess that's what Los Angeles
Trucks
is.
of guns
Wait,
and
so-
trees.
So this movie just proved to you a
This
truth?
is a documentary, right? Wait, what?
This is like an Errol Morris
Wait,
film.
what?
I mean, by the way, we talked about it very briefly, but the bad guy is so terrible in this. Roger Reese, who I think was like the love interest on Cheers.
He was
Yeah,
for
right.
Diane,
yeah,
yes.
right. And but he was like, I don't even know. I don't actually even understand what the plot.
I don't-
like the
I don't know what his
scheme
business was.
Plot. And they solve it like they sit at a picnic table outside
Yeah.
and look at documents and figure out what the mystery is. So she never helps actually, like you were saying with her like wacky mom ways, like a pineapple
They
jar.
don't tie in.
Yeah, there's
Those aren't gonna
nothing-
come back.
They never come back.
Don't
Although
look to
she did
them.
make a cake.
Yeah.
She made it with all those
Pineapple,
pineapples.
yeah.
Oh,
I
boy.
laughed when she opened that suitcase. That gave
Because
me
to
a
me,
chuckle.
that's something that's what's so weird about the fact that Blake Snyder wrote this is that those things, those tropes of like using all of her games to come back and help save the day, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a good movie, but it was sort of shocking to know like, oh, that's not even.
Yeah.
Well, here's
there,
like
no.
I mean, I would argue that you could not describe Sylvester Stallone's character with an adjective, because you don't really see him being unemotional. They say he is unemotional. You don't see it. You don't know if he's a good cop or a bad cop. The mother goes. I mean, she's also every character is this.
She's a they're all terrible people.
Everybody in this movie has like borderline personality disorder.
Yeah.
Like they genuinely do not seem to understand basic human interactions, empathy. Like nobody's in control of anything. Like everyone is a stone cold disaster.
And no one genuinely likes each other.
No.
They all fucking hate each other.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He gives the other guy a swirly.
Yes.
An adult man gives
Yes.
another adult man a swirly.
And
in
not
this
really
movie.
even commented on after the fact.
I was like, if guys are gonna fight who are cops, they're not gonna give each other like
oh no.
swirlies.
That
and
happens a lot in the precincts in LA.
Well,
that
and
was
then
the whole
Estelle-
Rampart
Yeah.
scandal.
Estelle says to him at some point, that she wants to spank him.
No, she says that to the
to the
bad
criminal?
guy.
Yeah.
She
Okay,
says
but
that to the
that's,
bad
like,
guy. She's like, I'm going to
insane.
pull your pants down
and
give you a
spank you.
spanking.
Oh, Mom.
I mean, that's some sexy ass shit right there.
Well, she knows a peen when she looks at it. They
You
set
can
that
also
up.
cut a trailer for this movie, guys, that is a porno.
Yes, or is about Estelle and Sylvester.
It's like,
doing
cut a romantic comedy trailer.
A mom-com?
For
them to follow?
For an incest movie.
I love that.
For a sexy incest movie like Spanking the Monkey, but funny.
Obviously, we had opinions about this movie, but there are some people who have a larger, better opinion.
Second opinions.
These are reviews culled from Amazon, 5-star reviews. I'll read you, both of them could be a joke. I don't know, but they're both well written. I think they're worth reading. This one's from Timothy. Sylvester Stallone stars in another comedy. Why? I don't know, but it's a real comedy. His mom is the most annoying person in the world, and it reminded me of all my friends' moms. Reminisce. Stallone is a police officer as usual, and his mom packs a wallop as well. What are the odds? And from the beginning credit of this picture showing you the old woman pulling out a revolver and shooting a stop sign, I knew this movie would never be forgotten. One diabolical moment showed Stallone in a diaper. Outrageous. I don't want to see that again. Universal needs to put this movie on DVD as soon as they can because mothers fighting against crime love it. And so do I.
Oh my God, that's
So that
great.
could be real or fake.
I feel like that
I think
sounds
that's
real.
And this one, this is another long one, but it's worth it. This is one of those movies panned by critics, but both endearing and of enduring value. Chemistry, perfect casting for the comedic tension, poetic acting. The plot is a twisted...
Poetic acting?
Yes.
Paul?
The plot,
Poetic acting?
Poetic acting. The plot is a twisted, timeless cliche, ignored and bemused by seriously real characters. Stallone, as the strapping adult son befuddled and arrested by his tiny mom, is hilarious. Estelle Getty puts it all together as a mom who variously is tenacious, quintessential, sympathetic, dejected, and sly. JoBeth Williams excels in her role as a romantic interest in the comedic setup, but Estelle becomes our mom, the universal mom experience. And she busybodies her way into the impossible action-adventure situations and standard detective novel dysfunction romance. What makes this movie so great is its profound and uplifting humor created through a sum greater than its parts, a common fantasy story interrupted by an everyday mom. An omnibus well played.
Wow, what a beautiful
5 stars
writer.
by Wilhelm. That is a really
That's ludicrous. Poetic acting.
Quintessential.
profound, ominous. Oh man! So that is that. I will also tell you what Sylvester Stallone said. He
Do
said,
it in a Stallone voice.
Maybe one of the worst films I've ever been in. Maybe one of the worst films in the entire solar system, including Alien Productions, which we'd never seen. A flatworm could write a better script, and in some countries, China, I believe, running the movie once a week on a government television has lowered the birth rate to 0. If they ran it twice, it would be 20 years. China would be extinct.
Wait,
He did some math there, though.
Yeah.
Did you say a worm could have written a better...
flatworm.
A flatworm could have written a better script?
Not just any worm.
A flatworm.
Wait a minute. By the way, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
But this is why I question why he did the movie, because he's one of those secret smart people.
Yeah.
Because he wrote Rocky, right? Like,
Yeah,
he's
and
secretly-
Rambo,
Yeah.
and he's written everything that he's
Oh,
in.
yeah.
So then what was this? I know he probably wanted to do comedy. It's the early 90s, but the choices...
He was paying for steroids with this one. This is like paying off a house or a vacation thing.
It's so crazy.
Because it is so bad. But there are also 3 writers. So you feel like Blake Snyder was like, wrote the first draft. It might have been funny. And they're like, we got to bring the Stallone guys too. And all 3 writers in there produced an 86-minute movie.
Which launched a bidding war, if I read.
Really?
According to the Wikipedia page, there was a bidding war for this movie.
Oh, my gosh.
What?
I mean,
Really?
I think,
Stallone,
look,
Getty, cop movie, moms, it's going to be great.
Holy shit. That's depressing.
Would you guys recommend seeing this movie to anyone?
I think yes.
Yeah,
it would.
sure, why not?
Say it.
sure.
I mean, it's terrible.
It's terrible,
It's
but it's very it's
terrible.
watchable.
It's on
It
Netflix.
was.
Yeah.
It's on
Chuckles,
yeah.
filtered
Watchable,
chuckles,
yeah.
I did get a genuine laugh in this movie. One genuine laugh, and I was embarrassed to admit it. But there's one scene where he's like shaving or brushing his teeth, and they pull out to reveal that Estelle Getty is literally in front of him and like between the bathroom mirror
I didn't
and
see
him.
that.
It's like she like 'cause she's so short you could hide it. So she's like underneath him like yelling at him. But I thought that was a
gotta
funny
say, I
reveal.
think we're putting a lot on Sylvester. I actually really think the bigger problem was with her.
Wow. I've never heard
boy.
anyone place the blame on Estelle.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
wow.
It's controversial.
Whoa.
I felt like she's doing something we've already seen her do on Golden Girls.
Uh-oh.
Like there was nothing different.
Dude, not pulling any punches.
Uh-oh.
Finally.
Taking on
Because she
Estelle
wasn't
Getty.
Italian. She was Bablowski.
Yeah.
Bablaski.
Well,
So
I
it was
mean, look,
different than a Sophia character.
I think
Right.
that's why you can argue she never did another. I mean, she did 2 other movies, but they were very far in between.
So you wouldn't characterize her as a feminist icon?
Did you feel that she loved Sylvester?
Yes.
You did?
I feel like
I
I
thought
genuinely
so.
felt like she
Oh, I
wanted to
didn't.
fuck him.
Yeah, I felt something
Sexual.
was
Maybe she
very
trained
wrong.
him to present. That's
You
why
know,
he
she was
did
the
it.
youngest of the Golden Girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And died
It's always
first.
a crazy stat.
I
go?
feel like she might die every night, and they reanimate her every morning, like in some sort of fucked up
It's like
The
thing.
Michael
weekend,
Jackson.
Weekend at Bernie's.
Yep.
Hey, anything
Going
to
on for
keep
years.
off their rockers on the air, which go check it out. It's
Please don't.
It is
Please don't go
really
check
It's
it out.
fun.
actually a good show.
It is June.
I-
June.
I will say that
June,
it's.
what
Paul,
are you
can back
talking
me
about?
up?
I
We
was the
saw an
one who.
episode and
June
we
had the
enjoyed
same
it.
reaction, and I made her watch it. And because Rob Hubel told me, he's like, "You got to watch Off Their Rockers." Like, I'm not watching.
What
that.
are you talking
No,
about?
you guys.
We may have been a little stoned, but it was really good.
So you're watching Jack and Jill and Off Their Rockers at home?
Well, I saw Jack and Jill in the theaters.
And with that, we bid you adieu. Thank you, everybody, for listening. You can follow Kate Spencer on Twitter at Kate Spencer,
That's
right?
me, yeah.
That's very
Thank
easy
you
to
for
do.
having me, you
Oh, my
guys.
gosh, we're so
my
excited
God.
to have you. You can follow me on Twitter at Paul Scheer.
At Miss June Diane.
Yeah, not on Twitter, guys.
I know.
It's not happening.
Issue 2 of my comic book is out in the stores. Aliens vs. Parker. You can get it online. You can get it in stores. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.